Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the TNA Ring Report. Coming up, to TNA Chaos. The Hardy Boys lose through the Wicked Garden match from the Righteousness. Plus, Tom attacks TNA champion Mike Santana and does it with a wicked pile drive. Plus, coming up here on the TNA Ring Report, we get the latest on Mike Santana. Could he be leaving TNA, going to WWE? We'll talk about it coming up. Even more news to talk about here on the Ring Report is Mick Foley says he got one more match left in him, and is he going to go against MJF? Oh, God. We'll talk about it as the TNA Ring Report started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here for the TNA Ring Report. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring, tell a friend, call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, let's not waste no time whatsoever. Let's get the TNA Ring Report started right here, right now. Right here, right now, the TNA Ring Report. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's going on, the news around total nonstop action. We're gonna get things started with this. Let's see. Let's see what we get things started with. We'll get things started with this. As you tell right here. Looks like Cedric Alexander will be defending the X Division Championship in a Ultimate X match. He's got one challenger. He got Leon Slater, the former champion, who was close to being the longest reigning champion. He is, but he could have broke it, but Cedric Alexander didn't make him break the record. So Leon Slater is going to be entering this X Division Ultimate X match. It's going to be one of the highlights of the night as well. So we get to this right here. A lot of matches happened throughout TNA tonight. We'll get Sheamus a little bit later. Right here, Mr. Elegance went against the TNA Knockouts champion Ling Yang Lee and defeated Ling Yang Lee in wicked fashion. Ling Yang Lee got pinned by Mr. Elegance. Mr. Elegance doing that Charlotte Flair or that Stephanie McKeer move. The KOD, I'll say that, but we will say that for a discreet way, inappropriate. But the KOD, Mr. Elegance won. He won with affection. I'll say that. Plus two, we get to this right here. We get to this right here. It was a mixed tag team match. Santino Marella teamed up with Indy Hartwell to take on Santino's daughter, Ariana Grace, and her fiance Stax. So we saw that as well. We saw tonight being for Indy Hartwell, what she had going on. Indy Hartwell helped Santino get the win. Indy Hartwell being a dividends in the helping Santino. Maybe Santino trying to figure out what he didn't want to hit his daughter, but he had no choice. He had Indy to do it for him. So Indy didn't mind. Santino and Indy won their match tonight. Good matchup it was throughout the whole entire match. So good for Santino doing what he needed to do to get the win, getting some little payback. Well, look at Mustafa Ali issuing his own version of his open challenge for the International Championship. He wants anybody to step up. Mustafa Ali wants someone to take the reins, and then Mustafa Ali's trying to do so as well. Mustafa Ali's trying to get something going. Will Mustafa Ali get it going? We'll see who's going to accept his open challenge. It's going to be somebody that's going to be big enough, bold enough, brave enough to take it. Well, it looks like right here, Mike Santana, the TNA champion, is called out by Eric Young. Eric Young wants to know what Mike Santana is going to do when he gets defeats him for the title. Mike Santana said, hey, I'm just here to make my dream come true. Eric Young did not care about that. It didn't faze him. Eric Young decided to do a wicked power driver and did it in a wicked way, pile driving the champion, leaving him vulnerable. That's one name I'm Eric Young. He is demonic and crazy. Young has been crazy all his life. Eric Young ain't gonna stop and see no filter whatsoever. That right now by Eric Young, but Eric Young wants to do something like that and do it, but he might get a chance. I think Santana might defend his title at Slammiversary against Eric Young. I don't know if we're gonna what's gonna be, but we'll get to you a little bit later on what Mike Santana, what his contract could be coming up late this summer. Will Mike Santana be dropping the TNA title to Eric Young? That could be a prediction coming soon. We'll see coming forward. Also too, well, we get this right here. Looks like the witches are kind of experimenting with magic. It looks like Rosemary is helping Allie and Marta Shea gets into their inner spirit, and I think that's what they're going to be doing, inner spiriting later on. It looks like AJ Francis has a new feud. He's feuding with Elijah, singing like Elijah, making fun of Elijah of his talent and stuff. I think AJ Francis is doing that, and we'll see what AJ Francis is going to do and how he's going to put himself into this whole situation going forward. Looks like Isaiah Brookside might be next in line for a shot at the TNA Women's Knockouts title. Brookside did come out there when Leyland Lee was knocked out. Isaiah Brookside now want to say that she's going to be next in line to challenge for the belt. So we'll see how that's going to be going eventually. Well, we get to this. The Righteousness went against the Hardy Boys. The Righteousness defeated the Hardy Boys, and the Righteousness, we don't know what's going to go down. The Hardy Boys then disappeared out of nowhere. We don't know what the whereabouts of the Hardy Boys, but the Righteousness trying to show their new wicked sense of humor in a Wicked Garden match. Righteousness won. What does that say about the Righteousness heading forward towards Slammiversary? But we will see what will go down, and we'll see how they're all going to play out eventually for the Righteousness. But the Righteousness wins the match over the Hardy Boys. The Hardy Boys wasn't able to be seen or heard from ever again. But we told you this, that it looks like the sister trying to get a victory. Eddie Edwards got a victory over BDE. And that's when everybody came out there. So Eddie Edwards trying to put his motivation into you know who, the system, trying to get some momentum and the energy that they need and the attitude, getting themselves prepared for what they have to go through. All right, that ends the TNA Ring Report. Let's move over to Wrestling Hot Topics. Wrestling Hot Topics, we want to talk about this. We're hearing reports that Mick Foley, who came to AEW just a couple of weeks ago to host a pre-show, may be getting into a program very shortly, soon, maybe going against champion MJF. Like MJF and Mick Foley had a match, and Mick Foley said that he thinks he's had one more match left in him. That's what we heard. So if we see Mick Foley coming back to AEW, that will be the case. We'll have to wait and see about that. And we'll see how all that's going to come around and come about. Mick Foley did say that he has one match left in him. We'll see if Foley will go on to that promise. Sheamus, the Celtic Warrior, could be returning back. Sheamus coming back and trying to get back in shape. You saw him spotted at the Performance Center. The Celtic Warrior be coming back, making a run back into the ring. That's what everybody wants to know. What Sheamus? Sheamus could go against Oprah Fenby or something. I guess they ain't got nobody for Oprah Fenby. And so they're putting people against each other and stuff like that. So you never know on how that's going to go. Well, speaking of that, looks like TNA may be losing one of their own. We've been hearing reports that Mike Santana could be leaving TNA and head to WWE. But if he does, he needs to go to the NXT brand to help them out. But um, Santana's been a strong champion for a year. I don't think you don't want to lose him, but this time of age, Santana could be heading back. A lot of people say he could be going back to AEW, but he had a bad thing with AEW, and so we'll see how all that's gonna play out. But Mike Santana, TNA, I don't think so. But the question everybody wants to know, everybody wants to put in and put out to see if Santana's gonna jump ship. It's gonna be real tough for him. So he said it's gonna be real hard because Santana getting himself, you know, peak condition, peak shape. I don't see it. Santana. But, all right. Thank you all for watching this show. The TNA Ring Report. I've been your host. It's been so long. Thanks for watching the TNA Ring Report. We'll see you tomorrow on the SmackDown Ring Report.